Welcome to part 2 of making amazing mazes. My mazes may not be amazing, but they're definitely fun to make, and I hope they're fun to solve. At the end of the video, I have a special guest appearance by Kyle, and Kyle is going to attempt my maze. I never really know how hard a maze is, or even if it's solvable, until somebody tries to do it. So, surprise ending with solving my maze. Is it hard? Is it easy? Is it impossible? Watch to find out. Okay, I want you to have two papers, a scrap paper and a paper you want to do your finished maze on. So on your scrap paper, I want you to, at the top of the paper, I want you to make some different lines. And I am going to just start with curved lines, wiggly lines, V's, angles, right, zigzag. It's a bunch of V's together. Spirals and straight lines. Okay, and now the way to make a maze is that you are making little passages. So you have to think of it like a hallway. So on a hallway you have one side and then another side so that you can go through. I like to do mazes that go to a center point. So I'm going to start mine in the middle, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to make a C shape with a very small opening like that, and then I'm going to make a hallway, a short hallway off of that. Okay, and then you can decide whatever line you want to do from there. Maybe I'll do a zigzag from there, and just I'm gonna see this curve here, I'm just gonna make it parallel to there. You want to leave openings, so if you connect this, that's kind of a problem, because then this space, the person doing the maze won't be able to get in there. So instead of connecting it when two lines get close, draw a line that is perpendicular, and that makes a turn in the hallway. So now I'm going to bring this line all the way down here so we can still go in, and now so that the person would have to go in there, I'm going to go there and there, and then I'm going to stop. You don't want to make a lot of very long lines like I did here, otherwise it will be too easy of a maze, believe it or not. So I am going to actually put a line in the middle here so that the person would come around, and I'm going to leave this open, but I'm going to end this so they know it's a dead end. The problem is when you're making a maze is that you don't want there to just be one path. So far I have this path that's a dead end, right? I have this path that's a dead end, and then just this. That's too easy of a maze. So let's say that this is the treasure. I'm going to draw a gem. So first I'm going to draw a little squished hexagon, and then I'm going to draw lines off of it like it's a table that's breaking. And then you see this line here? I'm going to draw a parallel line there, and you see this line? I'm going to draw a parallel there and a parallel there. And then I'm going to, from this corner here, this vertice, I'm going to draw a diagonal down to a point, and then do the same thing. So that's the treasure you're trying to get to. Okay, now let's go back to the idea of having more than one choice when you're taking a path. So let's go to this opening here. So what I'm going to do is I want the path to have another choice here. So I'm going to have this choice, and I'm going to have this choice coming off of here. Okay. Now I'm going to make the end where it turns around here, it curves around. So I'm just going to draw a short straight line coming from there. But this time I'm going to have a path that goes this way and a path that goes this way. So this is called a Y path, or a fork in the road, where you can choose which way you go. It's important to have lots of paths where you can go more than one way. So I'm going to make this an opening, and I'm going to make it actually, I'm going to erase that line, and I'm going to make one way you can go is go in that direction, but I don't want to block it off, so I want to leave that as a path. And then, but I'm going to block it here. And now I'm going to do my curved line. See, this is a very fun line to do, and I'm going to curve that around, and then I'm going to curve it around again. So that's one path. Now here's the other path that I want to do, and I'm going to make this path go this way. Now so you see how this curves? This is just one choice, right? And I can do the same thing with straight lines. So I'll just draw a straight line there. Actually, it's really kind of an L. So here's the line that I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw an L shape, but I'm going to make it go all the way to there. And now I'm going to draw, I could make this a choice of two different ways. Actually, I could connect this to there. So I'm going to connect this. To there. And then what you're doing is you're just keep going like that. I'm going to speed up the video, and you can always pause it if you want to see in more detail what I have done.
When you've decided you've finished, you can finalize your maze by going over it with a marker or a pen. I decided that I had worked so long on this scrap paper that this was going to be my final maze.
Okay, I have a volunteer. This is Kyle.
Hello.
Kyle is going to attempt my maze that I made, my amazing maze, and we'll see if it works. It may not even work. That's kind of the funny thing about my mazes. They have all worked, but I'm not sure until somebody tries it.
Because at first I thought it was just going to be like a lot more difficult than what it actually turned out to be. Because you can see I'm just running my pencil all over the paper trying to figure out like what route leads which way. And then after a certain point, I just do like a trace, just a rough path, like lightly trace a rough path that you can't even see. But like, I just lightly trace a rough path just to be like, there's no way it can be this easy, and then I just follow it with an actual pencil so I can more clearly see the line, only to then figure out that like, wow, it was that easy, because like looking at like all the twists and turns just for it to be like a pretty straightforward path is kind of just. Because I was thinking of saying like, oh, it kind of just feels underwhelming, but it's not underwhelming, but it's more just like surprising.
Well, thank you anyway for trying it, Kyle.
Now that I know my maze was so easy, I need to make a part 3 to show you how to take a simple maze that maybe is a little too easy and fix it. So watch part 3 to find out how to fix any maze problems. And don't forget to subscribe and click the bell and like the thumbs up and all that stuff you're supposed to do. Bye.